Hello, my name is Luigi Ferraro, and I am a postdoc at Texas Tech University. I would like to tell you a bit about myself and about my research. I received my PhD in 2017 from the University of Nebraska-Lincoln. My PhD advisors were Lucio Avramov and Srikant Iyengar. From 2017 to 2020, I was a postdoc at Wake Forest University. My research mentor was Frank Moore. Since 2020, I've been a postdoc at Texas Tech University, working with Lars Christensen. My research in commutative algebra is focused on the homological properties of commutative rings. I have also conducted research in non-commutative algebra. In that area, my research is focused on the homological properties of quotients of skew polynomial rings and on non-commutative invariant theory. Let me tell you a bit more about my research in commutative algebra. It spans a variety of topics. In my most recent submission, Lars Christensen and I proved a generalization of the improved new intersection theorem. In another quite recent submission, which was a joint work with a graduate student here at Texas Tech University, we studied the Tor algebra of trimmings of Gorestan ideals of grade 3. I've also studied the rigidity properties for the homological functors X and Tor using tools from flat contortion theory that were developed in a previous work by Peter Thompson. I have studied the homotopy algebra of tensor products, in particular how it relates to the homotopy algebra of the factors and the base ring. I co-authored a package for Macaulay 2 called invariant ring, which, as the name suggests, it contains functions to compute invariant rings of group actions, and my co-authors and I wrote a paper about it. I have also co-authored another package from Macaulay 2 called res length 3, which contains functions to compute the GeoGebra structures on resolutions of length 3. I've also conducted research on bounded cohomology and stable cohomology and on the Castelnuovo-Mumford regularity of graded modules. In non-commutative algebra, my research can be divided into three topics. The first one is about the homological properties of quotients of skew polynomial rings. In the first paper listed there, which is a joint work with Frank Moore, we show that some of the GeoGebra techniques that one is accustomed to in commutative algebra can be generalized to a non-commutative setting. And then later, with Josh Politz, we use these techniques to develop a support variety theory for a class of non-commutative rings. And with two graduate students, one at Texas Tech University and one at Wake Forest University, we use these techniques to generalize the famous Taylor resolution and the Laplace resolution for monomial ideals in skew polynomial rings. In non-commutative invariant theory, I have studied the groups actions and of algebras actions on rings, and I've studied the corresponding invariant rings. The third paper listed there was a joint work with an undergraduate student at Wake Forest University, and it was part of a summer research project. And I've also conducted research in non-commutative geometry. In the paper listed there, we showed that a certain class of non-commutative rings was Morita equivalent to a class of commutative rings. And let me tell you about what I am working on right now. This is a work in progress with Lars Christensen, Keller, Van de Bogart, and Alexis Ardesty. And we are trying to find a DGalgebra structure on the minimal free resolution of a certain class of monomial ideals. That's all I wanted to tell you. Thank you for listening. Bye.